McLaren's 2026 F1 car promise, progress, and an early warning sign. McLaren's status as Formula One's reigning champion immediately put the spotlight on its long-awaited 2026 challenger when it finally appeared in preseason testing. The debut of the MCL40 revealed just how sophisticated McLaren's new car concept is, but it also exposed an early complication that underlined how unforgiving the start of a new regulations era can be. The MCL40 completed its first ever laps only a few hours into the third day of testing, making McLaren one of the very few teams effectively using the test as a full shakedown rather than a continuation of preseason preparation. This was no accident. McLaren deliberately chose a delayed entry, taking advantage of the 5-day test format and the rule allowing teams to run on just 3 of those days. Rather than rushing to the circuit or conducting an early filming day shakedown, McLaren prioritized development time. While a Tuesday run was considered, the team ultimately opted to delay further, helped by rain disrupting the second day of testing. The plan was simple: maximize preparation time before hitting the track. But that decision came with consequences. By starting late on Wednesday and joining the session several hours in, McLaren left itself with minimal flexibility for the remainder of the week. It was forced into consecutive running on Thursday and Friday, leaving no margin to pause and resolve unexpected issues. That made a smooth first day absolutely critical. Initial installation laps and system checks went smoothly, and once those were complete, McLaren quickly moved into proper testing. Lando Norris described the opening day as encouraging. He logged 76 laps, respectable given the circumstances, though it paled in comparison to Mercedes, which completed an astonishing 183 laps during its second full day. Chief designer Rob Marshall was satisfied with the car's initial behavior, noting there were no major surprises or alarming failures. However, that optimism didn't last long. On McLaren's second day of running, Oscar Piastri's session was cut short due to a fuel system problem that required a complete strip-down of the car to diagnose. The issue limited Piastri to just 48 laps, roughly 1/3 of Mercedes' daily mileage. While not as dramatic as Red Bull's testing crash earlier in the week, the setback was still costly. As McLaren's performance technical director Mark Temple emphasized, every minute of track time is invaluable at this stage. Even this early in testing, McLaren acknowledged that rivals, especially Mercedes, are already operating at a very high level, leaving McLaren slightly behind the benchmark. A closer look at the MCL40's design. Once the real MCL40 hit the track, it quickly became clear that it differed significantly from the renders revealed earlier in the week. The car reflects the additional development time McLaren invested, and the version scheduled to race in Australia is expected to be much closer to this launch specification than those of several competitors. One standout feature is the front nose, which is slimmer at the tip than most rivals. Although it remains attached to the main plane, unlike Mercedes' approach, the nose's shape and height allow a greater volume of air to pass beneath the center of the car and into the floor. This configuration likely reduces weight while also improving aerodynamic efficiency. The underside of the nose appears V-shaped, opening up airflow towards the central portion of the front wing and enhancing the quality of air reaching the underfloor. This area also features what former technical director Gary Anderson has dubbed snowplow vanes, each with a slightly different profile, alongside visible components of the front wing's active aerodynamics. Another clear difference from the renders is the large horizontal fin on the outer upper section of the front wing end plates. While some teams use similar elements and others avoid them altogether, this aggressive design raises questions about FIA scrutiny, as it strongly influences outwash, something the regulations aim to limit. This fin helps redirect airflow into the so-called tire square region, managing turbulence caused by the rotating front tire. Properly controlled, this airflow improves wing sealing and overall aerodynamic efficiency before being guided into the bargeboard region behind the front wheel. Floor, bargeboards, and cooling details. The barge boards shown in early visuals were relatively basic, but the real car features a more refined layout. While the vertical slot behind the front tire remains, McLaren has opted for two smaller horizontal slots instead of the larger slats seen on some rival cars. The front of the floor also curves upward, effectively acting as another airflow guide to improve extraction from the barge board footplate. From a head-on view, the front brake ducts reveal a highly complex internal structure, divided to control cooling precisely across different components. The inner duct wall plays a crucial role in managing airflow shed from the front tire, reducing its negative impact on downstream aerodynamic surfaces. A similar philosophy is applied at the rear, where brake duct surfaces help contain airflow spilling off the rear tire. Small louvers on the floor ahead of the rear wheel feed into the outward tire squirt, controlling airflow around the tire's contact patch. Notably, there is no clear evidence of the diffuser mouse hole seen on Mercedes and Red Bull designs. Mechanical changes and competitive context. McLaren has made a significant shift by switching its front suspension from a pull rod to a push rod layout. This aligns the team with the majority of the grid and was largely driven by aerodynamic considerations around front wing airflow. The geometry provides a high level of anti-dive, improving stability under braking and helping maintain a consistent aerodynamic platform. However, this setup also affects front-end feel, something Norris struggled with at times last season and may require careful tuning. While McLaren previously emerged as the strongest Mercedes-powered team, the 2026 regulations have given Mercedes a prime opportunity to reclaim its dominance. Early signs suggest the W17 is extremely well prepared, with exceptional reliability and long-run consistency. Mercedes has already completed race simulations, with George Russell and Kimi Antonelli frequently trading fastest laps, though George Russell rightly downplays the significance of lap times this early. For McLaren, this test is less about outright pace and more about understanding the operating window of the MCL40. Cold track temperatures in Barcelona have made representative setup work difficult, and the team is focused on exploring ride heights, rake levels, and long-run behavior under varying conditions. The MCL40 has debuted with a noticeable rake, something that disappeared during the ground effect era but has returned under the flatter floor 2026 rules. Finding the optimal balance is a major unknown and a key area of investigation. The road ahead. McLaren is expected to gradually increase run lengths and may attempt a race simulation before the test concludes, especially given the strong reliability of the Mercedes power unit. The true competitive order won't become clear until deep into Bahrain testing, but there's every chance McLaren will arrive there with a far more refined and competitive package. For now, there's no denying that Mercedes appears to be the most prepared team at this stage. Closing that gap, both in mileage and understanding, has become McLaren's immediate priority as the 2026 season rapidly approaches.